this headline also came across my timeline. It shocked me because I haven't seen it anywhere else, where it said 13-year-old Canadian girl dies of overdose after being supplied with drug paraphernalia as part of a government harm reduction policy. Where is the reporting of this? Her family says that the girl was provided a bunch of drug paraphernalia by Fraser Health Authority, including needles and pamphlets on how to inject drugs. What is going on in Canada?
Well, I mean, Canada's a complete and absolute mess. So unfortunately, this is par for the course. I'm kind of amazed that, again, Trudeau just seems to be hell-bent on making sure that instead of actually solving any issues in Canada, it's about doing the wrong things the right way. It reminds me starkly of my time in public education, to be honest with you, because we're all about making sure people know why they do things instead of actually doing the right things. Maybe getting people help instead of how to overdose might be a little more useful. Instead of saying, hey, if you're going to overdose, you might as well get it from us. You're not exactly the cool parent if your kid is dead, but Canada wants to be the cool parent. So this is unfortunately the consequences.
And Canada just expanded their suicide program to encourage, like, if you're severely mentally anguished, you're now given that as an option, which is unbelievable. All right, Shamika, this seems to be a pretty common trend with stadiums this month now. It's unreal. A New York woman is suing the Mets for $2 million after she was stopped from wearing a MAGA hat at Citi Field.
I hope she wins, Carl, because this is just completely ridiculous. I attended my high school homecoming this past weekend, and I took a lot of pictures only to find that one of my friends decided my Trump hat shouldn't be seen in her picture. So she decided to put hearts over it and blur it out. And I'm just thinking, it's only a hat, idiot. I saw somebody, have that on one of their red hats before, because why are we acting as if this hat can say anything, if it can do anything to you? Something's wrong with you. If you see a hat and you're just enraged and you feel triggered, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's pretty crazy to me. I want to look at this. I present to you, Tony, and the viewers, Millennial Women for Kamala. Watch.
Oprah and Kamala have me crying. It's like the nostalgia of Oprah in the 90s after high school, but like with the hope of today with Kamala, and there's a Swiftie right behind him. I love it so much.
Well, you know what? I think anybody with half a brain, Tony, has less hope after watching that dumpster fire.
I think you're kind of giving them a little too much credit with half a brain there. I got to tell you, I've never been so sad that I felt, or maybe so happy that I start to tear up. And the first thought is, you know what, let me get out the old smartphone and record myself crying for social media, because that's what people want to see, is talking about how wonderful things are. If you get teary-eyed over Oprah endorsing a candidate or Taylor Swift talking about politics, go outside and touch grass. Take both hands, touch the nature, because you are too addicted to the screen you're in front of all the time.
Yeah, Shamika, here's another thing, too, it's been bugging me. So remember Kamala Harris announced that plan where it was going to be $25,000 down payment for any first-time home buyer. Well, it turns out that it's not for any first-time home buyer. It's only if you make less than $40,000 a year, and they're not giving you the money. It's a tax credit. But if you're making less than $40,000 a year, you're already paying zero in taxes, so you actually get nothing. You see how this whole game is played?
Yes, and can you actually even still afford a mortgage if you're making less than that? It's so frustrating because people buy into her foolishness and they don't realize you're being railroaded. It's just like the whole reparations things when she says, I'll have a team to research it. It's been researched, Kamala, and you're lying and people are falling for it, and they need to stop.
Yeah, that dog don't hunt, especially not in this economy. Shamika and Tony, always a pleasure.
Thanks, Carl.